So most people who have cats got their cats when they were kittens, and considering the fact that the average cat lives 10, 12 years to 18 years, this is a long time that most people will spend with their cats. Now, this time can be pleasurable and enjoyable, or it can be chaotic and harrowing. And all this depends on how you set off with your cat, how the tone you set with your cat. So if you're thinking about getting a kitten, or you just got a kitten, you may be making one or two mistakes that you don't know will end up being lifelong issues for you and your cat. And the scary part is a lot of people make these mistakes without knowing that they affect their cat's anxiety, behavior, and trust. Because people look at a kitten and they think small animal, small problems. Well, that's actually not the case, because kittens are actually really sensitive in the first few weeks, few months of their life, and they're just learning how to be alive, and they're learning what is okay to do and what is not okay to do. So yeah, there's a lot that can go wrong if you don't train your cat early enough. So in this video, I'm going to be walking you through 4 mistakes that new cat owners make and how to avoid them. And trust me, number 4 is a doozy. Number 1 is letting your kitten bite your hands. And look, I get it. It's adorable, it's cute when your kitten nibbles on your fingers, but this is actually the beginning of a really big problem if you let this continue. Like I said earlier, kittens are learning what kind of behavior is acceptable and what kind of behavior is unacceptable. So if you allow them to use your hands as toys, they will see human skin as fair game. And what seems adorable at 8 weeks old can be painful and sometimes even dangerous at 8 months old, because cats have certain bacteria in their mouth that is fine for a cat's mouth, but are bad for human beings. So if your adult cat were to bite you and introduce these bacteria into your bloodstream, it can end up being hazardous to your health. So a lot of cat owners teach their cats to be aggressive to human beings without even knowing it. So if your cat bites your hands or anywhere else on your body, what you need to do to correct this behavior immediately is to redirect them to something else. Redirect them using wand toys, small plush toys, kick toys, ball toys, whatever kind of cat toy you have on hand. Redirect that behavior to that toy as opposed to your digits. This teaches your kitten that biting toys is okay and biting humans is a no-no. And here's something that a lot of cat owners don't understand is that, like I said, like I keep saying, kittens are learning what is okay to do and what is not okay to do constantly, right? So when they're with their litter mates, when it comes to biting, they learn from their litter mates bite control, because when they're playing with their litter mates and they bite a little too hard, the litter mates will stop playing with them. So they get the message that, okay, maybe I shouldn't bite my fellow kitten or bite as hard. So if you have a kitten that was a single birth or that was separated from its litter mates earlier than it should have been, this job then falls to you. So do the things that I suggested you do previously and you should be fine. Number 2, feeding your kitten too much dry food. And this is the mistake that a lot of new cat owners make, because they think that leaving food out all day long for their kitten makes access to food easy, but actually this can be detrimental to your kitten's health, because first of all, you shouldn't be leaving food out because of decay, and because when it comes to wet food, people know not to leave wet food out for long because it doesn't take long before wet food turns. But because it's dry food, people don't know that dry food also goes bad when left out in the air. So because it doesn't smell, they don't know that it's going bad. So that is one thing that can be wrong with leaving dry food out for your cat all day. And another thing that can be wrong is that it encourages your cat to eat around the clock. Like if they always have access to food, then they will always eat food when that urge hits them to eat, which isn't good for your cat because it can lead to obesity, and that has its own health issues. And thirdly, the reason why you shouldn't be leaving dry food out for your cat is because cats don't have a very strong thirst drive, so they don't drink a lot of water. So how cat owners trick their cats into consuming more water than they normally would is by making sure that most of their food is wet. So if your cat is eating more dry food than wet food because you leave dry food out for it most of the time, then it can lead to dehydration and kidney problems later on down the road, into adulthood. So I would suggest that you give your cat more wet food than dry food and don't leave dry food out for like long periods of time. Number 3, separating kittens from their mother too early, because I understand. Kittens are so cute. They are adorable. And if you're in a situation where you can go and see your kitten before you bring it home, you might want to bring it home earlier than you should. You shouldn't separate a kitten from its mother before 8 weeks. You should leave it at like 10 to 12 weeks just for things to be 100%. But yeah, a kitten shouldn't leave its mother if it doesn't have to before 8 weeks, because there's a lot that the kitten's mother can teach it in those few first weeks that you will have a harder time teaching it. Things like how to use the litter box, how to behave with other cats, how to behave with other humans. So things that would be difficult, well, not difficult, but like time consuming for you to teach, the mother will teach the kitten. Their mothers teach them how to be cats. And also for nutrition, because breastfeeding, the best kind of nutrition a kitten can get is breast milk from its mother. There are like for kitten formula substitutes and all of that, but they work fine if you have to use them, but the best they can get is from their mother. Now, of course, not everyone has this option. Some cat moms unfortunately die in birth, or they die after birth. Whatever the case, sometimes the kitten's mother might not be available. So of course you have to do what you have to do in that situation. But if you don't have to separate a kitten from its mother, don't do it. And finally, number 4, punishing your kitten. Listen, cats and kittens are very intelligent animals, but they're not that intelligent. And when they're doing something that you don't like and you hit them or you yell at them, they don't know why you're doing what you're doing. They can't draw a line between the action that they have done that has caused you to yell and you're yelling. All they know is that you're yelling and that you're scary, and this can ruin trust between you and your kitten. So when your kitten does something that you don't like, you just need to put it in the back of your mind that it's not trying to annoy you, because like I keep saying, they're learning what is acceptable to do and what is not acceptable to do, and they're taking their cues from you. So when they do something, it's because they're just testing that thing or testing the limits. So like I said in the first point, if they're doing something you don't like, redirect that behavior. If they're messing with a specific item that you don't want them to mess with, you put it aside. If they're knocking things off shelves, move those things off those shelves. If they're scratching up furniture, give them a scratching post to use instead of your furniture. Just don't hit your cat or yell at your cat, because it's counterproductive. It doesn't work, and you're just ruining your relationship between you and your kitten. Anyway, that's all I have for you this time. I hope you liked this video and that you learned something new. If you did, please leave a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I will see you in the next one.
Audio Jungle.